thank you all for coming to the Plainville High School's performance of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. First, I would like to thank the Plainville School Administration, school board members, faculty, coaches, and staff for their support and willingness to adjust schedules and their readiness to assist with the building of our props, backdrops, and for all the moral support. Secondly, I want to extend a huge thank you to the parents and grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, friends who have nurtured and supported these students. Without all the love and support from you, this play would not be possible. And speaking of the students, these actors and actresses have gone above and beyond to prepare for this performance. As many of you know, we had a month and a half late start, and these guys hit the ground running and never looked back. A quick but heartfelt shout out to the support of the Plainville community. You never cease to amaze me in your undying support of all the things related to the school and especially the drama department. Michelle Weiser, thank you very much for keeping up with our Facebook page and keeping me on my toes as to what we need to be putting out there. And last but not least, I want to extend a huge thank you to my assistant director, Liz Stanford. She is the queen of light and sound and is responsible for the programs and posters you have seen around town. This play and I would be lost without her. Once again, thank you all for coming. Sit back and enjoy the play.
Wonka.
What's Wonka?
What's that? You say what's Wonka? Why, Wonka chocolate, of course. Now, I do admit that Willy Wonka's chocolate is fairly new. It is also the greatest chocolate ever invented. Why, Willy Wonka himself is the most extraordinary, the most sensational, the most fantastic chocolate maker the world has ever seen. He's invented things like...
Like what?
Say, I'm not going to tell you what he's invented. You came to see for yourself. And I'll let you do just that. But first, let me fill you in on what's been happening around here lately. Because Mr. Willy Wonka makes the best chocolate in the whole world, 3 other great chocolate makers, known as Mr. Prodnose, Mr. Fickle Grubber, and Mr. Slugworth, sent spies to work for Wonka in order to discover his secrets. Well, they must have been good spies, because soon afterwards, the 3 chocolate makers began producing Wonka favorites, such as ice cream that never melts, chewing gum that never loses its flavor, and candy balloons that could be blown up to huge sizes before being popped with a pin and gobbled up. Well, Mr. Wonka didn't know what to do. He didn't know who the spies were, and he feared most that if he didn't close the factory, all of his secrets might be stolen. So he did the only thing that he could do. He sent all the workers home and closed the factory. You might think that would be the end of Mr. Willy Wonka, But no siree, not him. Months and months went by, and suddenly the factory began to operate once again. But nobody knew who was running the place. Nobody ever went in, and nobody ever came out. The only thing people ever saw were dancing shadows in the lighted windows. Mighty strange. Well, anyway, to get back to the story. After a while, an article appeared in the local paper saying that, in order for Willy Wonka to sell a lot of candy once again, he was going to run a contest.
A contest?
Yes, sir. That is right. A contest. 5 golden tickets were to be wrapped in ordinary wrapping paper and 5 ordinary candy bars. These candy bars were said to be found in any shop, on any street, in any town, in any country in the world, upon any counter where Wonka's candies were sold. The contest winners will get to tour Mr. Wonka's new factory and take home enough chocolate for the rest of their lives. Well, that, my friends, is where our story begins. 4 of the tickets have already been found. Oh, by the way, would you like to meet the 4 lucky winners?
Sure.
All right, listen and watch carefully. I believe they're around here somewhere. Augustus Gloop.
Yeah. Oh boy. Chocolate. I love chocolate. Food. Oh, I cannot get enough food. I must eat. No, I must eat. I must eat all the time. This here golden ticket. This here golden ticket is my meal ticket to eat and eat and eat. Winner.
Well, friends, that was our first golden ticket winner, Augustus Gloop. Now, our second golden ticket winner was found by a lucky girl named Violet Beauregard. Is Violet here now?
I'm a gum chewer normally. When I heard about these ticket things at Mr. Wonka's, I laid off the gum and switched to candy bars. Now, of course, I'm right back on gum. I just adore gum. I can't do without it. To tell you the honest truth, I simply would not feel comfortable if I didn't have that little wedge of gum to chew on all the time. Wait, my dad says it's ugly and unladylike to see a girl's jaws going up and down like mine all the time. But I disagree. And who's he to criticize anyway? Because if you ask me, I'd say that his jaws are going up and down from just yelling at me every minute of the day. And to let you know that this piece of gum I'm chewing right now, I've been working on for an over solid 3 months. That's a record, that is. It's beating the record held by my best friend, Miss Cornelia Princemetal. And was she ever mad? It's my most treasured possession now. At nights, I stick it on the end of the bedpost, and it's as good as ever in the morning. A bit hard, sometimes.
Isn't she a lucky girl? Our third golden ticket winner was yet another lucky girl. Her name is Veruca Salt. Is Veruca here now?
Where's my golden ticket? I want my golden ticket! Oh yes, here it is. As soon as I told my mother that I simply had to have one of these golden tickets, she bought up all the Wonka candy bars that she could lay her hands on. Thousands of them. She must have bought hundreds of thousands. Then she had them loaded up directly onto trucks and sent directly to her own factory. She's in the peanut business, you see, and she's got about 100 women working down at her joint for her, shelling peanuts for roasting and salting. That's what they do all day day long, those women. They just sit there, shelling peanuts. So she says to them, okay, girls, she says, from now on, you can stop shelling peanuts and start shelling the wrappers off these crazy candy bars instead. And they did. She had them working full speed ahead from morning till night. But 3 days went by, and we had no luck. Oh, it was terrible. Each day I got more and more upset, and I would scream, where's my golden ticket? I want my golden ticket. And I would lie on the floor for hours, kicking and screaming in the most disturbing way. But then suddenly, on the 4th day, one of the women workers yelled out, I got it, a golden ticket. And my mother said, give it to me quick. And she did. And she rushed it home to me. And now I'm all smiles, and we have a happy home once again.
Such a lovely girl, isn't she? Now, her 4th and final golden ticket was found by a lucky boy named Mike TV, and I wonder if he has his golden ticket with him. Oh, where are you, Mike?
Of course I've got a golden ticket, but why can't everyone leave me alone? I want to watch television. I watch all the shows every day, even the crummy ones where there's no shooting. I like the gangsters best. Those gangsters, they are terrific, especially when they start pumping each other full of lead, or flashing the old stilettos, or giving each other the 1, 2, 3 with their knuckle dusters. Oh boy, what would I give to be doing that myself? It's the life, I tell ya.
Thank you, Mike. Sorry for bothering you. Now that's where we get to the hero of our story, Charlie Bucket and his family. Let me introduce them to you. This is the home of Charlie Bucket and his family. 6 people live here. There's only 2 rooms and 1 bed. So as you can see, life is extremely uncomfortable here. These 2 old people were the father and mother of Mr. Bucket. Their names are Grandpa Joe and Grandma Josephine. And these 2 old people are the father and mother of Mrs. Bucket. Their names are Grandpa George and Grandma Georgina. The bed was given to the 4 old people because they were so old and so tired, and they're well all over 90 years old. This is Mrs. Bucket. Her and little Charlie Bucket sleep on the mattress on the floor in the other room. And as you know, it can be quite cold in the winter time. But they can't afford any better housing because they have no money and there aren't any better jobs. The only person that can work is Mrs. Bucket. But you see, she lost her job 2 weeks ago. But the toothpaste factory had to close down. Because Mr. Willy Wonka's factory wasn't open anymore, nobody ever got cavities. And, well, you know how it goes. Oh gee, I almost forgot. This is the hero of our story, Charlie Bucket. Charlie's a nice boy. Of course, he's been starving lately. In fact, the whole family has. Why, did you know that Charlie's so weak from not eating that he walks slowly instead of running around like the other kids in order to save his energy? I worry about Charlie sometimes. Well, anyway, I believe I've said enough already. Let's see what's happening in the Bucket household. I will see you later.
Ashley, maybe a little better.
Well, I see 4 children have found the golden tickets. I wonder who the 5th lucky person will be.
I hope it's no one like that repulsive Gloop boy.
Veruca Salt, girl.
Or as beastly as a bubble-popping Violet Beauregard. Living such a useless life like that TV boy. Man, makes you wonder if all children behave like that nowadays. Like these brats we've been hearing about.
Of course not. Well, some do. In fact, a lot of them do. But not all.
And now there's only one ticket left.
Quite so. Just as sure as I'll be having cotton soup for supper tomorrow, that ticket will go to some little beast who doesn't deserve it.
I bet I know someone who'd like that chocolate. Or that golden ticket, I guess. I don't know. How about it, Charlie? You love chocolate more than anyone I ever saw.
Yes, I sure would, Grandpa Joe. You know, just about makes me faint when I have to pass Mr. Wonka's chocolate factory every day when I go to school. The smell of that wonderful chocolate makes me so dreamy that I have to fall asleep and bump into Mr. Wonka's fins. But I should realize dreams don't come true. Just imagine me imagining I could win the 5th golden ticket. Why? It's pure imagination.
Well, Charlie, I've heard sometimes when you imagine, sometimes it's true.
Gee, you really think so, Grandpa Joe? Gee, I wonder. And you know how I let you take me today.
Guess he feels we understand each other.
Plus, you seem to know all about Willy Wonka and what's happened to him.
Well, he's an important man in this town for many, many years. Some people said some unkind things about him after he closed down the factory, but I guess he had his reasons. In fact, I'm kind of glad about this golden ticket thing. Kind of going to show us how and why he's running the factory.
Speaking of the golden ticket, can I see it one more time, Grandpa Joe? I know it sounds so silly, but this whole thing still seems so magical.
Yeah, hold on, hold on a second. There it is.
Let's see now. It says, "Greetings to you, the lucky finder of this golden ticket, from Mr. Willy Wonka. I shake you warmly by the hand. Tremendous things are in store for you. Many wonderful surprises await you. For now, I do invite you to come to my factory and be my guest for one whole day. You and all the others who are lucky enough to find my innate golden tickets. I, Willy Wonka, will conduct you around the factory myself, showing you everything that there is to see. And afterwards, when it is time to leave, you will be escorted home by a procession of large trucks. These trucks, I can promise you, will be loaded with enough delicious eatables to last you and your entire household for many years. If at any time thereafter you should run out of supplies, you have to only come back to the factory and show this gold ticket, and I shall be happy to fill your cupboard with whatever you want. In this way, you will be able to keep yourself supplied with tasty morsels for the rest of your life. But this is by no means the most exciting thing that will happen to you on the day of your visit. I'm preparing other surprises that are even more marvelous and more fantastic for you and for all my beloved gold ticket holders. Mystic and marvelous surprises that will enchant, delight, intrigue, astonish, and perplex you beyond measure. In your wildest dreams, you could not imagine that such things could happen to you. Just wait and see. And now here are your instructions. The day I have chosen for you to visit is the first day in the month of February. On this day, and on no other day, you must come to the factory gates at 10 o'clock sharp. Don't be late. And you are allowed to bring with you either one or two members of your family to look after you and to ensure that you don't get into mischief. One more thing. Be certain to have this ticket with you, otherwise you will not be admitted. Signed, Willy Wonka.
Well, it is the 1st of February, and we're already here, and I guess everyone's already coming together.
Yes, that's him. It's Willy Wonka.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Now, let's see if I can recognize all of you by the pictures of you in the newspaper. Let's see. You're Augustus Gloop. Delighted to meet you both. Delightful, delighted. Now you must be Violet Beauregard.
So what if I am? Let's just get on with this, shall we?
And you must be Veruca Salt. And you must be Mrs. Salt.
Don't shake his hand, Mommy. It's probably all chocolatey and sticky from working in the factory all day. Besides, he's not important enough for you to be shaking hands with anyways.
And you must be in the back, Mike TV.
Come on, I'm missing all my favorite TV shows.
And I'm Mr. TV. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too. Absolutely wonderful to meet you both. And you, yes, you must be the boy who just found the ticket yesterday. Congratulations. You're Charlie Bucket.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And this, sir, is my Grandpa Joe.
Howdy, it's a great thing to meet you.
How do you do, Grandpa Joe? Oh, how do you do? Well, now, is that everyone? Why, I guess it is. Wonderful. Now, if you all step this way, Our tour is about to begin, but do keep together. We wouldn't like to lose anyone at this staging of the proceedings, oh dear me, no. Here we are, through this red curtain, if you would. That's right. It's nice and hot inside. But I have to keep it hot inside, you see. All my workers are used to an extremely hot climate. Why, they just can't stand the cold. Why, if they went outside in this weather, they'd freeze right to death.
But who are these workers?
All in good time, my dear Bob. All in good time. Well, is that everyone? Why, I guess it is. Close the red curtain.
Turn right, turn left, turn right again for a whole hour or so. What are we going to eat? I'm hungry. I want to eat right now. Do you hear me? No!
I wonder why.
I think he said that there wouldn't be nearly enough room up top. In fact, some of these fields that we're going to be seeing today are supposed to be bigger than football arenas.
Here we are. This is the chocolate room. It's the nerve system of my whole factory. It's the center of my whole operation. Now feel free to explore, but be careful. With and you'll do in a world you're in. With us traveling in the world of my creation, what we'll see will defy explanation.
Oh my God. Look at, there's food.
Just look at those enormous pipes over there. There must be 10 or 11 of them. I wonder what they're for.
Gee, Mr. Wonka, your river's all brown and muddy looking.
It's not muddy at all. It's all chocolate. Every drop of that river is hot, melted chocolate of the finest quality. The very finest quality. There's enough chocolate in there to fill every bathtub in the entire country. And all the swimming pools, too. Isn't it terrific? And just look at my pipes. They soak up all the chocolate in the factory and take it to where it is needed most. Thousands of gallons an hour, my dear boy. Thousands and thousands of gallons.
Look over there. What is it? It's moving. Why, it's a little person. It's a little man. Down there behind one of the pipes.
She's right, Grandpa. It is a little man. Can you see him?
I see him, Charlie.
There's 2 of them.
There is.
There's more than 2. There's 4, 5.
What are they doing?
Where do they come from?
Who are they?
Aren't they fantastic?
No higher than my knee.
Look at their funny long hair. They cannot be real people. There's no way.
Of course they're real people. They are some of my workers.
Nonsense. There are no people on this world as small as that.
No people in the world as small as that? Then let me tell you something. There are over 3,000 of them in my factory. They are Oompa Loompas.
Oompa Loompas? What do you mean?
Imported directly from Loompa Land. Oh, what a terrible country it is. Nothing but thick jungles and wild beasts, like kidnids and snozwanas and those terrible whey noodles. A whey noodle could eat 10 Oompa Loompas for breakfast, then come back for a second helping. When I found the Oompa Loompas, they were practically starving to death. They're eating nothing but green caterpillars and red beetles and eucalyptus leaves and the bark of the bonbon tree. And oh, how they loved cocoa beans. But they only found 1 or 2 a year. Oh, how they would dream about cocoa beans all night and dream about them all day. I myself use thousands of cocoa beans in my factory every week, since it is the thing that all chocolate is made from. So I talked to the leader of the Oompa Loompas in Oompa Loompish, and I told him that the Oompa Loompas and themselves were to come and live with me in the factory and work. They could have all the cocoa beans they could ever want. And now they all live here with me. They all speak English now. And they like singing and dancing. I suppose you hear a song from time to time.
Mommy, I want Oompa Loompa. I want you to get me one right away. I want to take it home with me. Get me an Oompa Loompa.
Now, my pet. We mustn't interrupt Mr. Wonka.
But I want an Oompa Loompa.
All right, Veruca, all right. But please be patient. I can't keep doing this minute. I'll make sure you have one before the day is out.
Augustus, sweetheart, I don't think you had better do that.
Augustus, please come away from the river at once. My chocolate must be untouched by human hands.
Augustus, didn't you hear what the man said? Come away from that river at once.
I need a bucket to drink it properly.
Augustus, come away from the river at once. You're dirtying my chocolate.
Augustus, you'll be hearing that nasty cold of yours about 1 million people all over the country. Be careful, Augustus, you're laying too far out. Save him! Don't just stand there, do something.
Look, he's being sucked up from the pipes.
Please, Augustus, come back at once. Where are you going? I'm done. Help me. Where is he going?
There he goes.
He's disappeared. Where's that pipe go to? Leave me to on this instant.
Don't fret, madam. Your darling boy is perfectly fine.
And why? And he'll be turned into marshmallows.
Impossible.
And why not, may I ask?
Because that pipe doesn't go anywhere near the marshmallow room. It goes to the room where I make the most delicious kind of strawberry-flavored, chocolate-coated fudge.
Oh, my poor Augustus. They'll be selling them by the pound all over the country tomorrow morning. How dare you laugh like that when my boys has gone to a pipe? You monster. You think it's a joke, do you? You think that sucking my boy up into your bedroom like that is one great colossal joke?
Your darling boy is perfectly fine.
He'll be chocolate fudge.
Never. I wouldn't allow it.
And why not?
Because the taste would be terrible. Just imagine it. Augustus flavored, chocolate-coated glue. No one would buy it.
I don't want to think of that.
Nor do I. And I do promise you, madam, that your darling boy is perfectly safe. Just have one of the Oompa Loompas take you to the fudge room, and then this big mixing barrel. It should be in there. All you need to do is take a long stick and start poking it about in there. He should grab on. And I wouldn't be quick about it, or he's liable to be poured out into the boiler. That would really be a disaster, wouldn't it? My fudge would become quite uneatable.
What did you say?
Joking, forgive me. Now, bye-bye, Mrs. Gloop. See you later.
Okay.
gorge and guzzle, feed and feast on everything he wanted to. Great Scott, it simply wouldn't do. So what we do in cases such as this, we use the gentle touch. Come on, we cry, the time is right to send him shooting up the pipe. So don't you children be alarmed, Augustus Gloop will not be harmed. Although of course we must admit, he will be altered quite a bit. He will be changed from what he's been when he goes down that fudge machine. Slowly the wheels go round and round, the clogs begin to grind and pound. 109 go slice, slice, slice. We add some sugar, cream and spice. And out he comes, and now by grace, a miracle has taken place. The boy who's only just before is loved by men from shore to shore. This greedy brute, this low sweet ear, is loved by people everywhere. For who could hate or bear a grudge against a luscious bit of fudge?
Cream, of course. properly whipped by whips. Just as a poached egg isn't a poached egg at all unless it's been properly stolen from the woods in the dead of the night. Ready on, ready on.
Has-beens?
Has-beens.
You're one yourself. Press on, press on. Stop the boat. We're there.
Where?
Up there!
What's up there?
You'll see. important room in the entire factory. It's where I'm currently working on my most secret and newest inventions. Old Ficklegubber would give his front teeth to be in this room just for 3 minutes. So would Broadnose and Slugworth and all those other rotten chocolate makers. Now everyone stop and listen to me. With no messing about in this room. No touching, no meddling, and most importantly, no tasting. Is that agreed?
Yes, yes, we won't touch a thing, I promise.
Now, everlasting gobstoppers. They're completely new. I'm inventing them for children who are given very little pocket money. You put one in your mouth, and you can suck it, and 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 suck it. It will never get any smaller. And they...
But it's like gum!
It is not like gum! If you try to chew one of these, you break all your tiny little teeth off. But they taste terrific! And they change color once a week. Now, the machine past this machine I will talk about later. So I'm currently working on hair toffee. I haven't gotten the recipe quite right yet, but once I do, there will be no more excuses for little boys and girls going about with bald heads.
But Mr. Wonka, little boys and girls never go...
Please do not argue, dear child. Please do not argue. Now then, if you all step this way, this is what I'm currently working on. The most sensational thing in the world I am terrifically proud of. Now, watch. Fabulous and sensationally amazing gum in the world! This is a fantastic gum, and it's a chewing gum meal. Once I start selling these in the shops, it will change everything. It will be the end of cooking in forks and plates and washing up in garbage. This piece of gum I've made right here happens to be roast beef, tomato soup, and blueberry pie. But you can have almost anything you want.
What do you mean by that?
If you were to actually start chewing it, you would taste all those things. And it fills you up. It's terrific.
It's utterly impossible.
Just so long as it's gum and I can chew it, then that is for me. Hand over this magic gum of yours, Mr. Wonka, and let's see if this thing works.
Now, Violet, let's not do anything silly.
I want gum! What is so silly about that?
Well, I'd rather you didn't take it. This is still a couple
Oh,
things.
to heck with it.
Oh, please don't do that.
Oh, fabulous! It's great! Spit it out!
Keep on chewing, kiddo. Keep right on chewing, baby. It's a great day for the Beauregards. My little girl's about to be the first person in the world to have a chewing gum meal.
There's still a couple things I'm working on with it. I'd rather she didn't chew it.
Heavens, girl. What's happening to your nose? It's turning blue.
Oh, be quiet, Dad. Let me finish it.
Your cheeks, your chin, your whole face is turning blue. Mercy save us, the girl's going blue and purple all over. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. What is happening to you? You're glowing all over. The whole room is glowing.
I told you there's a couple things I'm working on with it. I'll get it right one of these days. You wait and see.
Violet, you're swelling up, blowing up like a balloon.
She's getting bad.
You almost kill your...
You're blowing up. Oh my gosh, you're blowing up like a balloon.
Very familiar.
Call a doctor. Save her.
tried with it, all ended up the same thing. Blueberries.
I don't want a blueberry for a daughter. Put her back this instant.
Then we better take her to the juicing room.
Juicing room? What for?
To squeeze her. We've got to squeeze her immediately. And after that, well, we'll have to see. I am sorry about all this. I really am.
Mr. Wonka, will Violet ever be alright again?
Oh, she'll be just as thin as a whistle. And she'll be purple. Purple from head to toe. But that's what you get from chewing disgusting gum all day long.
If it's so disgusting, then why do you make it in your factory?
I really can't hear what you're saying at the moment. So off we go!
While they're changing sets, we're going to have a quick drawing for after prom. Tonight is a $200 winner. Byron, come draw it for us. Hey, you got to pick a good number out of there like mine. Just grab one of them. Okay, number 33, and that is... Carolyn McQueen, his grandmother. Thank you.
catch our breath. And while you do, take a peek through the glass panel over there. But whatever you do, don't go into the next room! If you do, you disturb the giant squirrels. Go ahead, take a peek.
Look, Grandpa, look.
Giant squirrels!
Jeepers! Look at those two huge ones over by that pile of walnuts.
You see, I have to use squirrels to crack walnuts.
Why use squirrels? Why not use Oompa Loompas?
Nobody, and I mean nobody, can get a whole walnut out of a walnut shell, except for squirrels. And I insist on only using whole walnuts in my factory, so I use squirrels to do the job. And see how they first tap each nut with its bare knuckles? They do that to test to see if it's a bad nut. If it's a bad nut, it'll make a hollow sound. And then they send it down the garbage chute.
Mommy, I've decided that I want a squirrel. Get me one of those squirrels.
Don't be silly, sweetheart. These all belong to Mr. Wonka.
I don't care about that. I want one. All I've got at home is 2 cats and 4 dogs and 6 bunny rabbits, a green parakeet, 3 canaries, 2 horses, a zebra, a bowl of goldfish, a cage of white mice, and a silly old hamster. I want a squirrel!
All right, Veruca. All right, Mr. Wonka. How much do you want for one of these crazy squirrels? Name your price.
I'm sorry, but she can't have one. They're not for sale.
Who says I can't? I'm going in there to get me one right this minute!
Don't do that.
All right, I'll have you!
Oh no! They've got him by the arms and legs. They started tapping on her head.
Veruca, are you all right? What are they doing to her?
They're testing to see if she's a bad nut. Watch. Oh my goodness. She really is a bad nut after all. Her head must have sounded quite hollow.
Where do you suppose she's gone to?
They're probably taking her down to the garbage chute.
By golly, she is going down the garbage chute.
Yes, she's gone.
Where'd she go to?
Oh, well, that main garbage chute leads to the main rubbish pile that carries all the rubbish from all over the factory. You know, the fish heads and potato peelings and cabbages and stuff like that.
Who eats fish and cabbages and potatoes in this factory? I'd like to know.
I do, of course. You don't think I live off of cocoa beans, do you? And of course, that chute leads to the great main incinerator in the end.
Now see here, Wonka. I think you've gone a shade too far this time. I do indeed. My daughter may be a little bit of a frump. I don't mind admitting it. But that doesn't mean you can go and roast a toad crisp. I'll have you know, I'm extremely cross about this. I really am.
Oh, don't be cross, madam. She may not even have gone down the chute at all. She may be stuck at the very top, just waiting for you to pull her out.
Veruca, are you down there? My goodness, what a load of rubbish there's gonna be today.
Oh, they got to her too.
Oh dear. What on earth is going to happen to them now?
Well, I suppose someone might catch them in the end. No.
But what about the great fiery incinerator?
Oh, that. They only light it every other day. Who knows? It may be one of those days where they don't light it at all. They may be lucky. I've never seen anything quite like this. These children are disappearing like rats. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yes, please, please.
My feet are getting tired. I want to watch
Well, then if you're getting tired, then we better take the elevator. It's just down the hall. Follow me.
Her parents too. How goes Veruca down the drain, and here perhaps should be explained that she will meet as she descends a rather different set of friends. Someone runs so old and gray, one smelled it from a mile away. A rotten nut, a reeky pear, the one the cat left on the stair. Lots of other things that smell each with a horrid smell. These are Veruca's newfound friends that she will meet as she descends, and this is the price she has to pay for going so far astray. Now, my dears, we think you might be wondering, is it really right that every single bit of blame and all the scolding and the shame should fall upon Veruca Salt? Is she the only one at fault? Although she's spoiled and dreadfully so, a girl can't spoil herself. Now, who turned her into such a brat? Who are the culprits? Who did that? Alice, we need to look so far to find out who these sinners are. They are, and it's very sad, her loving parents, Mom and Dad. And that is why we're glad they fell into the rubbish chute as well. Yeah.
Elevator.
Now, this isn't just any ordinary up and down elevator. This elevator can go long ways and slant ways and long ways and any other way that you can think of. Just pick a button and zing! You're off.
Fantastic.
Look, each button is lit.
And each button stands for room.
Let's see. Strawberry water pistols for shooting. Exploding candies for your enemies. Stick jaw for talking to parents. Invisible candy for eating in class. Rainbow drops, suck them, and spit in 6 different colors.
Come on, enough. We don't have all day.
Isn't there a television lot in all this?
Certainly, right here. Now, everyone hang on tight.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
Please do not be sick.
Try and stop me.
Then you better take this.
Make this awful thing stop.
Can't. Won't stop till we get there. I just hope no one's using the other elevator at this moment.
What other elevator?
Oh, the one that runs on the same track as this one.
Holy mackerel! You mean you might have a collision?
I've been lucky so far.
Now I am gonna be sick.
Oh no, we're nearly there! They'll spoil my hat.
That was some ride.
Never again.
Now, before we enter the television chocolate room, I must warn you, there's some dangerous rays in here. And I want no meddling Is that understood?
Yes.
Good. Off we go. very latest and greatest invention, television chocolates.
But what is television chocolate?
Good heavens, child, stop interrupting me. Anyway, it works by television. I don't like television myself. I suppose it's alright in small doses, but children never seem to be able to take it in small doses. All they want to do is sit there, watching a screen.
That's me!
Shut up!
Thank you! Now then, the first time I saw a television, I was struck by the idea. If you could break a picture into millions of tiny pieces and send it whizzing through the air to be caught on the other end by an antenna and rearranged on the other end into a tinier picture, why couldn't I take a real bar of chocolate and break it itself into tiny as a million pieces and send it whizzing through the air to be caught by an antenna and rearranged on the other end into a smaller version of itself?
That's impossible.
Think so? What does I send a real bar of chocolate by television? Bring me the chocolate bar, please. It has to be big, because whenever you send something by television, it's always smaller on the other end. It's now whizzing through the air in tiny millions of pieces. Now watch me a bit.
How can you take it? It's just a picture on a television screen.
Go ahead.
It's a miracle.
Go ahead, try it. Now imagine when I start using this across the country. A commercial will flash onto the screen, and a voice will say, "Try Wonka's chocolates. It's the best in the world. Don't believe us? Try one for yourself." Now,
That's terrific.
But Mr. Wonka, could you send other things through the air the same way? Like people. Could you send a real live person from one place to another?
are you off your rocker?
But could it be done?
Well, gee, I don't know. I suppose it could. Yes, I'm very sure it could. But I wouldn't like to try it. The results could be very messy.
I'm gonna be the first person sent by television.
Oh, no.
Mike, stop! Come back, you'll be turned into a million tiny pieces.
See you later, alligator.
He's gone!
We must hope for the best. We must pray that your little boy comes out on the other end just fine. Now we must watch the screen.
He's taken a heck of an awful long time to come across.
Hold everything! Something's happening.
That's him, but he's amazing.
Oh, he's perfectly fine.
You call that okay? He's shrunk.
Of course he shrunk. What do you expect?
This is terrible. I can't send him to school like this. He'll get squashed. Oh, this is just awful. What'd you say, Mike? No, you'll never watch television again. In fact, after the television set out, the moment we get home, I don't care how much you jump and scream. There!
Gee, how will Mike ever grow again?
Well, small boys are very springy and elastic, so I suppose we could put him on the machine I have for testing the tough stretchiness of chewing gum.
How far do you think he'll stretch?
Maybe miles. Anyway, he'll be awfully thin, so we'll have to fatten him up with my super vitamin candy. It contains all the vitamins from A to Z. Take these orders to the Oompa Loompas over there. And don't look so worried. They all come out in the wash in the end. Every one of them.
Most important thing we've learned so far as children are concerned is never let them near your television set. They low and slope and lounge about and stare until their eyes pop out. Oh yes, we know it keeps them still. They don't climb out the window soon. They never fight or kick or punch. They leave you free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think just what exactly what this does to your beloved tot? It rots the consensus in their head. It kills imagination. Then their brain becomes as soft as cheese. Their powers of thinking rusted free. They say go throw your TV set away.
Shall be next. By the way, how many children are there left?
I guess even Charlie left now, Mr. Wonka.
You mean you're the last one?
Why, yes.
Why, Charlie, that means you won! I do congratulate you, I really do, I really do! This is fantastic, what a great day! Oh, this is beautiful, wonderful day! Oh, but there's plans to be made, I'll think of the arrangements, oh...
Wait, Mr. Wonka. I'm afraid I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Oh, forgive me, Charlie. I forgot that you didn't know.
Know what?
You see, Charlie, I love my chocolate factory. Do you love my chocolate factory, Charlie? Think very carefully, because it's very important how you feel.
Well, Mr. Wonka, all that I can say is I've never spent a more fantastic day anywhere in my entire life. I've been very, very happy. Do I love this chocolate factory? Yes. Yes, I think I do. It means a great deal to me.
What do you ask, Mr. Wonka?
Well, of course, Charlie and all the others receive all the chocolate I promised. I want Charlie to receive much, much more.
Me?
You see, this whole day has been a contest. A contest to see who's the best person for the job.
What job?
You see, I'm not getting any younger, Charlie. And it's not as easy to carry out my ideas as it once was. I needed someone to fill in once I've gone, and that means you. Yes, you. Of course I'll train you properly, of course. But I want you and Grandpa Joe and the rest of your family to move here, in the factory. And you'll take over once I've gone and run things. If you say yes, Charlie, everything that I have is yours.
Will I? Wow, this is more than I could have ever imagined. Will I? Of course I will, Mr. Wonka. Thank you, thank you. Think of it, Grandpa Joe. It's going to be our chocolate factory. We're never going to have to starve again. Just think of all that chocolate. Oh, you just wait and see.
Thank you all for your very generous applause, and thank you all for being here. As you guys probably heard, we had a little accident out back, but nobody's hurt. So, I'm going to introduce everybody for you. Our stage crew, Taylor Langholm.
Hey.
Light and sound in the back. We have Luke Voss, Michael Garber, Riley Herman, and Corbin Marquis. Our giant squirrels, Drax and Hovis and Dakota Yost. Mrs. Gloop, Taylor Ayers. Mr. Beauregard, Brian Garber. Mrs. Salt, Taylor Rogers. George Kane Fry. Augustus Gloop, Braxton Smith. Violet Beauregard, Emily Stamper. Veruca Salt, Cadence Grevowitz. Mike TV, AJ Brown. Oompa Loompa number 3 and Grandma Josephine Trinity Arpin. Oompa Loompa number 2 and Grandma Georgina Zoe Brown. Chief Oompa Loompa, Mrs. Bucket, and Loompa Song Coordinator Caxton Smith. Grandpa Joe, Isaac Stamper. Charlie Bucket, Cohen Cotton. Narrator and Willy Wonka, Josiah Slaughter. She'll come forward, Assistant Director Liz Stamper. All right. I do want to say a couple things. Special recognition to Brian. He is the one who drew our spectacular backdrops. Unfortunately, we only have one left. And also, Caxton Smith, the words we got for the Oompa Loompa songs, that she sat at home and found music for every one of them, tried to get them to match to the beat. So thank you again. These young people, their dedication to this was unbelievable and undying. So once again, the cast and crew of Thank you all for coming and drive safe.